It's Vergil, and in this one, we're going to be updating my top 10 best units tier list here on Dragon Ball Legends, with the latest character being Ultra Perfect Cell. He will be the main unit of discussion, the meta controller, as you would say, for this particular meta, right? He just released, and I'd say he's easily the best unit in the game. But before we do dive in, as you can see here, it's going to be a different styled list. It's not going to just be a unit ranking list, although I will mention my unit rankings for the top 10 specifically. And, you know, we did do the top 5 best units of each color, so let me know your thoughts and preferences on this style of list. I think it could definitely give a more broad outlook on what characters are in the same realm department as the characters in their tier here. So, of course, also make sure to drop a like in the video, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, because I do upload every single day with Legends content. But like I said, Ultra Perfect Cell, I think, is the #1 unit in the game currently, dethroning the previous #1 being Ultra Beast Gohan, right? So red just beats yellow. It's a very easy concept to grasp, but it's not the only thing. He is the most oppressive character in the game, the one-shot ultimate, very much like Ultra Gogeta 4, right? You can kind of perceive it as that. So this guy with the ability to nullify endurance for existing, the only true protection in the game right now is going to be the succession mechanic, the indestructible mechanic, and the comeback mechanic, because endurance characters, very similar to like Beast Gohan, to where his special beam cannon can just go through endurance characters. If this guy kills you with anything, with a arts card, ultimate blue, anything at that, he's just going to be, so Rising Rush, yeah, just gained a lot more value as well. So Ultra Beast Gohan protecting you from Rising Rush, this guy, you know, debunking Beast Gohan, Majin Vegeta, endurance characters. There's a lot of fluctuation in the meta right now, but him just having the easiest kills, very straightforward meta, and it's balanced to a degree because he's not the most defensive character in the game. I would argue that he's balanced because he's actually a very squishy character. He has a lot of healing potential, calm, little disrupt, but nothing on the level of even the not so defensive character. He's actually just very one-dimensional, but like I said, it's a very balanced #1 release. The reason he is #1 is because no one else in the game kind of safe from this character per se, right? You can argue, I guess, the other two. I've seen this interesting take where the characters alongside him, which I'm going to just place right now, I think the only 2 characters that are on this Z+ level currently in the game are going to be these 3 units right here. So Yellows did just take a massive hit, unfortunately. I can't put Beast Gohan on the level, even though individually I would argue Beast Gohan is still there. He has some great individual prowess, but just now to the degree of being countered, yellow type, it's just victim weight, right? So the Grunks has the first life protection from Cell, so even if he gets one-shotted, even if there's a Rising Rush, you can swap into them and be protected at all times. They have some insane healing potential, team versatility potential, damage. Grunks has everything. They've only been getting value since their initial release, so a fantastic drop from them. Blues just got some immense value, and previously with the greens, I think, being the most dominant color in the game, blues can now shine because now red, the #1 unit is red, right? Even previously with the yellow being the #1 unit, greens I still felt held more dominance, so purple and blue were just not the best colors. This was the best unit for both of these colors, and now that it's just holding so much value, so greens not taking too much of a hit here. Super Saiyan 3 still holding on strong. I don't think he's #2 right now because of how versatile this character is and the protection value he does provide. So even through like cancel buff effects, Super Saiyan 3 Goku does not have a second life. So Cell is literally one-shotting any character that doesn't have a cancel buff or is not blue. And even like I said, with the cancel buff, so like God Goku, Majin Vegeta, I guess MVP 17 would be a good example of a character that's pretty protected right now, because if you mix in the type disadvantage plus the cancel buffs, you could probably survive that ultimate. Very oppressive. He does have a type neutral ability with the gauge. He's got anti-blast armor, and with this 2.7 update in this mid-range combat, anti-blast armor, mid-range strikes have just become a lot more common. It's not, you know how I feel about the 2.7 update, but yeah, dude, everything, they're just selling solutions with the new update here. I think overall, healthy release. I have no problems with this Cell whatsoever. I think he's very good, very straightforward, but very one-dimensional. It's giving value to this character right here. 3Ku, I've seen people still argue him above It's simply for the people holding on to what we just had in the previous meta. It's the same people that were holding on to Majin Vegeta at the #1 position when he's obviously going to be less effective. This guy, I think, is in the same realm as these other two, just these guys are definitely going to be more dominant, more valuable in this meta. You want to slap this unit in pretty much every team here, and this green Super Saiyan 3 Goku also having the ability to nullify endurance on that 10-second entry when he enters the battlefield, immune to pretty much majority of things in the game, and the combo extension. So his teams, and this is straightforward, self-explanatory character that's been dominating the game, has even been argued #1 several times. I think in this previous meta I would have had him at #2 here, and then Grunk's #3. So these guys just did a little swap like this. And the Beast Gohan did drop to, I think, the Z tier, Z or S tier. I can comfortably put Beast, but right now, this is my top row, Z plus tier. Teams that are dominating the game right now. Android's just seen some insane resurgence. Powerful opponents are sort of revived. Future being, I guess, arguably the strongest tag if you want to consider anything but leader slot. If you have these two on the team, it's the best duo in the game right now. If you want to run green, green, red, it's still one of the most dominant teams. So previously, I think Zamasu, God Goku, and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku was the best standard team in the game. So where can I find this God Goku at? This guy right here, being heavily underrated since he got his platinum equipped. Still an insane combination. Only problem with it is it's very open to Cell killing. You know, he's going to kill through any of these characters if there isn't any protection. So that's why I value this character right here very highly. But still an insane combination. We're going to be putting God Goku in the Z tier. AoE green card, one of the best abilities in the game. Cell does not have as many toxic abilities as previous #1 releases. So if we're looking like Super Saiyan 2 Ultra Gohan with the AoE green, the automatic gauge, the last man standing clutch buffs, the you name it right, counter everything blue card. This guy literally just counters what we had previously. He was an answer to the yellow units. You know, he nullifies endurance for existing, and he's very oppressive. Nukes everything in the game. So it doesn't matter if these guys are canceling your buffs. If you don't have a blue protector, that's why blues just gain massive value. So best variety of characters to mix with. This guy doesn't have Sun Family, but if you're leader slotting something like this, it's still going to go pretty crazy. Cancel buff, second life, endurance just having less value now, unfortunately, but I'm not going to undermine this character. Keep in mind, Cell did just get a wide variety of equipments, including pure damage to Sun Family. So Sun Family characters are definitely taking a mini hit whilst still being the best. I don't know how to actually put that, taking a hit while being the best. It's kind of funny to think about here. But #5 on my list is going to be something that will actually surprise a lot of people. I've seen some crazy tier lists today. I'm sure you can guess the one that I'm thinking of specifically, but I've seen a top 5 Super Trunks actually a couple of times, and it's something to do with this JP meta. Apparently they're playing a different game than us. No disrespect to anybody, but how in the world? Just saying, I know Super Trunks is pretty decent here, but MVP 17 I think is also one of Cell's best partners. We haven't seen a rise up from a platinum equipment alone to this degree. I mean, God Goku, I guess, but he's a much newer character than MVP 17. To have them rise up so much, MVP being so much older with only a platinum equipment, no Zenkai just yet. From this release alone, I didn't want to put him in the top 10 until Cell dropped. He was already doing really good individually, but now it's like, dude, it's his perfect partner. The support value, the cancel buffs, the blue unit value, the individual utility from the second vanish step, the protection against ultimate blue cards, stuff like that. Less damage you're taking is such a good character. This guy has just actually understanding why they didn't give it to him, because he really doesn't need a Zenkai buffer, but I do think he's in a great position right now, even with green still holding a large candle. There's a ton of greens in the game right now. Purple wise, I mean, we do have Grunks being up top there with having that purple side to him. You would also want a unit to protect you from the greens of the game if you're running blues, but it's easy. Every color's holding some type of value. Here, I think MVP made a crazy come up. Let me know if you guys agree with that. I think he's going to be somewhere in Z tier, even if you don't have him at 5. I'm valuing him very highly, because even if you don't have him on, say, like an Android setup, you're definitely going to lead him, and he's going to hold down some crazy combos. He's able to go type neutral on the ultimate if there's a dead ally. There's going to be some crazy plays where you can make with this character there, but crazy support and protection option for Cell with Cell against Cell there. Number 6, so I am doing this in order here. So the next Z tier character I'm going to have is number 6. I think it's Zamasu. I'm going to be 100% with y'all. Zamasu also having a lot of these overlapping tags, whether it's future, whether it's regen, whether it's God Key with God Goku. So the green or the red scenario is still really good. Green red scenario is really good. A little bit versatile, very crazy damage output. The healing is superb. Obviously no cancel buffs, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, all these characters with the cancel buff effect nature, it only really matters if you're blue. So MVP 17 being that one character that has the both blue immense value plus cancel buffs, he's surviving so much right now. But unfortunately, Cell is going to be nuking all of the above here. The only one that's truly going to survive are these two characters right here. But it's simply another straightforward character. Really good Vanish Restore utility. A lot of damage potential. I think, I didn't even mention the type neutral capabilities with God Goku as well. Neutral, I think one of the best abilities in the game. But we're going to finally slap Beast Gohan back on the list. It's crazy to think one character will really debug this unit that much. I will still put Beast Gohan in Z tier though. To give you an idea, he is still on the realm of being the strongest units in the game. It's just Reds are now stacking up their roster, right? So we have Daima Goku, we have Gotenks still going to be around somewhere in S. But yeah, there's a lot of Reds right now that you got to worry about. And with a unit like Cell having, this guy only has 1 Disrupt. And this guy only needs 2 to 3 cards to pop off and snipe this unit right here. Rising Rush this character. With Beast not around as much, you're probably not going to be seeing as much as you did previously, or Yellows in general. He was the one true rush protection. Didn't mention his counter ability. If you're popping Cell's ultimate and Beast is on the enemy lineup, you can't use your gauge against Cell there. So if you cover swap, he nullifies that ability, or can bypass it, and ultimate will still go through against Beast Gohan, and you can guess what happens after that. So the Rising Rush scenario still does exist. You can rush Beast Gohan, but he's also going to die to that. So not while he's on the field and whatnot, but that's why, like I'm saying, you're going to be seeing this unit a lot less. So if you do want to run Beast Gohan, you're probably going to want to run one of his best partners alongside him. So this guy Turles right here, Ultra Turles, just made a crazy resurgence. I think this is going to be the best movie scenario right here. God Goku, Beast Gohan, and Turles. Great protection. We got the cancel buffs, and then we got the crazy, everything Beast Gohan does. I think his ultimate or his gauge is still going to provide a lot of value. It's just going to be hard to see if you're seeing Cell in every game, right? You're going to have Turles out there protecting. And then as soon as they swap, Beast Gohan could try to put in some work. It's just, offensively, Beast Gohan can still do the work, right? He's off boost now. He's got insane assets. He's got support. Red just does beat yellow, and he's seeing less effectiveness. As simple as that. Special Beam Cannon is still going to snipe pretty much everyone in most scenarios, which is crazy value-wise. But we're going to be putting Beast here. I'm going to be slapping Turles in the top of the S tiers. Then Comeback is another crazy survivable play. They post that, giving you pretty much free priority in most scenarios. I think outside of like a character like Grunks who can tag swap, or Goku who's immune to certain a swap play with 2 MVP for the second Vanish. There's some plays that you can bypass that comeback, but Turles holding immense value yet again here, just simply for the fact that the most oppressive unit in the game is a red unit. So blue gaining really great value. Putting him, I think, at this was 6, 7, 8. Number 8 on the list is very tough, man. Turles holding it down. By the way, he does have type neutral forever post the revival. Still decent oppressive character, decent rounded out character, but one of the best defensive options. So if you're looking for defense, blue, protection, these are your go-getters. They're all happen to be blue characters right now. Going to 9, 10. So 9, I think we're going to slap on the Super Saiyan Goku. I think has been seeing a lot of underrated value because of how one-dimensional he is. I think he's going to hold a lot of, I guess purple is holding some pretty decent value here with against the greens. There's still a ton of greens in the game. There's a lot of range type characters, whether that's 17, Cell, the Grunks, So purple is Cell Saga is actually pretty good right now, but it's really the utility behind this character. AoE green's got sort of a buff with the 2.7 update, a lot of mid-range play. So the green card, the Vanish Restore plays are very powerful. The snipe mechanics very powerful. And I think a lot of the combo extensions going on is also going to be really powerful. But previously, he was able to stop Majin Vegeta by locking the blue cards. Calm Disrupt, not fantastic. I just think the only problem with this character is he's going to be extremely star dependent. So unfortunately for him, it's like not a lot of people are going to truly value him until or when they see a high star version of him. So I've been using him a ton, even only at 3 stars, but it's more of a fun play. I think he has a lot of I'm slapping him in my top 10 for a reason, right? Yellow's taking a little dip is also helping his play. We're not seeing as much of Majin Vegeta or Beast Gohan. You'll still see it for a little bit of time here until people realize, yo, my yellows are actually victim weight. This guy's going to see a lot more play there. And I think at number 10, I'm going to be slapping Ultra Gohan to put some respect on his name. I think one of the best individual characters of our time. If you don't agree with that, Majin Vegeta was definitely one of the best individuals, I think, as well. But for long lasting value, if I can find this character, Ultra Tuhan, the fact that year plus later, this guy's in a top 10 position with no buff is absurd. It's unheard of. The anti-blast armor, Cell and him being a crazy duo. Cell Saga on the rise. You can actually run a full formulated Cell Saga. That's with Super Saiyan 2, Cell, Super Trunks, who's been glazed to the moon. Individual value, I think the unique gauge is extremely powerful still. So any blue cards, you know, that dash forward, you're protected against that. The AoE green card is insanely powerful, right? The comeback clutch, the team dynamics, still so many Sun family team values, but I think the rise of Cell Saga plus the Sun family dominance that has been here for some time, the anti-blast armor, these guys just play an insane role together as well, a blast range dominated characters. I think this guy's definitely deserving of a high tier spot, even if it isn't in your 10. It needs to be at least in the top 15 of characters in the game because crazy individual units, best teams in the game. You know, you can slap a lot of other range type characters, whether that's Grunks, MVP, this guy, this Goku as well. This was the Goku I was thinking of for Cell Saga specifically, and he's literally right next to him. But great aging character, I have to say. It's going to be funny trying to add a lot of these other characters where are going to perceived as low in A tier, just means like 15 through 20. Don't think I'm gonna add any. Let me see if I could add any other characters here. But I was peeping a tier list today. You guys could probably guess from who, but I seen Super Trunks very high on a tier list. I think he was being argued pair along or like alongside this Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments. I think that one is definitely a funny. Super Trunks, man. I get it. JP meta, apparently there's a different game being played, but game is game, man. That 100% faint, go crazy. The 2-hit wonder disrupt and endurance, which is also seeing less value because of Cell. I don't know, man. But the teams Super Trunks does have, I'm going to be honest, will probably be placing, you know, it's funny that we're slandering Super Trunks right now, but I'll be placing him at like the top of A tier. Dude is actually pretty solid right now. I just don't think I could have him in like a top 5 realm, but a 15 to 20 realm is definitely safe. So this guy's going to be my top 15. Like I said, Cell Saga's up right now. Vegeta Clan, Hybrid Saiyans are still some of the most powerful comps in the game. Majin Vegeta is probably going to go alongside Super Trunks. This is not going to be in any order, by the way. I think from the 10, I just wanted to give you guys my 10. So A just means 10 or 11 through 20 and whatnot. So Majin Vegeta, still holding a very strong individual candle. Problem with him is he's yellow. So if you want to rising rush him with Cell, you can. If you want to click a couple of cards, kill him, you can. His gauge, easy to bypass. AoE green card merchant is still very useful, and that's why, you know, he's going to be holding immense value for some time. Other great utilities like the sniping mechanics, great still. His damage is a lot less. I don't know if that wasn't apparent or not, but if people are refusing to acknowledge that his damage wasn't or isn't what it once was as well, with all the protection going on, the cancel buffs, his damage just don't be cooking, don't be killing characters like he used to be. So I think his effectiveness has already been falling off, but I'm not going to deny that the character isn't still very powerful there. So Majin Vegeta's up there. Daima Goku will probably be slapping somewhere in A tier as well. I don't know why I just grabbed the Tapion, but I meant to grab the Daimaku. I slapped him somewhere random. Daimaku's also being underrated to such an insane degree. Just because he isn't in the 10 anymore. He's very dependent on the Tamagami bot. It's not always the best to run the two, but there's just better options, right? So this guy has the situational endurance with the Rising Rush activated. He's going to get endurance. He does have cancel buff effects. He has the lock-in mechanic snipe with the blue card plays. And with blues being so apparent now, it's going to be a little bit tough to see him gain some crazy value. He does have the play, though, to where he's going to nullify endurance. I think in certain scenarios with his green card, I'm not too 100% on the kit, but he does have some plays where he can just nullify endurance based off a green card pop. That still holds some insane value, but yeah, this guy's still going to do some crazy numbers. It's just unfortunate that he is dependent on who he's ran with, which is the Tamagami bot, who's also limited because Daima isn't such a crazy team. But if you want to run him with like God Goku or any Sun family variants, any Saiyan variant, there's just too many options to make this character look good. Don't underestimate him because his damage potential is still wild. But like I said, blues, they're really good right now. Blues are really freaking good. The androids are super calm. They'll probably be Vegito Blue. I guess I could slap him up here in A tier as well. I think with the release of Cell, this guy just got some really good resurgence as well. And I say resurgence in a sad kind of way because he fell off. Not too hard, but he just also less effective, right? He was less effective against Beast because of the arts card cost increase. Beast less seen. This guy, he's able to do work. You know, damage, blast damage, range type characters, future. He might be putting in some effort there. I think Vegito Blue can still hold a I've been using him and he's very good still. Yellows, unfortunately, I'm not slapping Goku Black anywhere. He's still a great character. Yellows are victim weight. Go Tanks, you'll probably be slapped somewhere in the A tier as well, family. You gotta be in front of Super Trunks. Everyone, maybe Majin Vegeta not, but I'm gonna be real, man. Even I just don't see where the Super Trunks glaze is really coming from. He's a neat character, but my goodness, have to even mention it. Yeah, the green card spawning, the infinite vanishes, the feints is pretty good. Endurance less valuable here, but the team options, Majin Buu Saga is still really good. Hybrid Saiyans, him pair alongside any of the green card merchants, really solid, so I'm not going to undermine. There's so many reds right now. Yellows are taking a backseat. These are the only two yellow survivors in the meta. Beast Gohan has, I think, overall better protection. Majin Vegeta, I mean, look at his best partners. It'd be Grunks, realistically. And I think it's really solid to say, to be fair, but he's just victim weight. Yellows are victim weight. I think Beast was better than Majin Vegeta in the long term. He's got better offensive utility. So in a play where you know you're gonna get Rising Rush, Beast has to be on the field. This guy, he's just gonna get ultimated, Rising Rushed, all of the above with Cell, and that's why he's back here. And then the same thing goes for any other character in the game right now. Just think about how many characters that can die from a Cell ultimate. 1, 2, all the way up here. The only character surviving. By the way, Ultra Gohan's definitely, even with all his individual utility, he is taking so much. It's just these 3 blue characters right here. Everyone else is dying. It's funny how all the blue units are the true protectors in the game right now. And so if I were to add some honorable mentions, it'd be like this purple 17. I've seen gain some pretty good value because of the team dynamic with androids. Future's really good. Tamagami, I guess. We can slap him on the honorable mentions right now. He needs to be ran with Daima Goku at most times. A Super 17, super calm, but I don't think I can even add him on honorable mentions. He's still, maybe you want to have him there. I honestly, I feel him being back, man. I mean, if you're gonna super glaze him, he's also got a red android by his side. So honorable mentions, I think Super 17 does deserve the glaze. He's one of the best individual characters in the game. So power creep is real, but like I said, his kit nature, very powerful, very oppressive. And if you know how to use the character, keep blocking cards and getting characters stuck in the mid-range. It literally happened to me yesterday, so luckily I ran into one to appreciate this character even more right now. So I went back and I realized there was a character up here that was just hiding that I completely forgot about that's insanely valuable right now. And I'm going to be placing him at the top of A tier, or actually at the back of S tier. I think individually, this character with his this cover nullification and the way he ramps up, he's able to be utilized with the majority of the top roster here. The new Cell, counter the Beast Gohan, any character with a gauge at that as well. He's going to be bypassing the gauge with his uncancelable cover null. Really good stuff. I think Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black is either going to be right here. I think top of covering the 10 part of my list. And I just thought I would mention him last second here because I genuinely forgot he existed. But still a very good character, great utilities, but it's more of a team dynamic thing, and he's able to still be partnered with Cell on the future. So another green character to dominate the roster right there. But I can't believe I forgot about him. Wow. We're moving on. I'll see you guys in the next.